In the small country of Lithuania, I live. There are rumors spread in my town that in the park here, there is a serial killer on the loose. Well, it goes by this. In the park, there is a killer that lives there, and each year, from about 2001, he kills a person by the alphabetical order every year. And this year, 2013, he shall kill a person that starts with the letter of M. And there are rumors spreading across the town of phantom graves and a girl burying herself alive. And it also goes that when it starts going dark, at about 7 p.m., the killer looks to claim his next victim. Well, being a nosy person, I decided to go to the park every day a week to investigate with my friends. On the first day, we didn't really catch much, but I felt an awkward presence around us. There was a normal amount of people, about 30 overall, that we met. Well, since we were bored, we went to a nearby hill and went sledding. After about an hour, one of my friends went home, and I was left with my other friend. Well, we thought of going to pick cattails. Genius idea. And when I was trying to reach one, I was half submerged in water because the ice cracked. I screamed my friend to help, but he was too far away, and I felt that presence again. And if I remember correctly, it tried to help me get out. I stretched out as far as I can and barely, just barely, got back onto land with all force. After that, me and my friend just ran as fast as we can back home and decided to go back next week. Well, the next week had a lot of experiences. We gathered there again, and my friend told us about the phantom tree grave. And he told us that he forgot where exactly it was, but that he may remember if we go. We went there and found the exact tree. We burrowed there, and soon we found 2 letters. They were ripped to small pieces, and it was hard to read, but basically it said that a girl got cursed by a book that she stole from her friend. Days later, she wrote that her vision is dying out, she feels nauseous, and writes that if you read the letter, never ever think of taking the book. After that, we got creeped out and just went to do random crap around the park for an hour, but we realized that we'd been there till 6:30 p.m., which is close to when the hauntings and the killer search begins. We also realized that we were the only ones in the park. We saw a freaking faceless woman with a knife circling us. We ran as fast as we could, her chasing us. When we got close to actual civilization, she bolted off back there, and my friends led me back home and went home themselves. And a week later, we went out for another expedition. We brought short spears, and we set off back to that location, and we found another note at the tree. This time, it said about the girl choosing this tree as it was her favorite. That time, we really realized that she really could have buried herself there. After finding the note, we skidded off to our secret base in the trees and spent some time there. And of course, more haunting started. This time, I actually saw the white being following us in the trees, and we got really scared and ran like hell out of the place. And while we were running, we got to the small skating park that is next to the park. We heard someone skating and thought of reporting him or her, that there is something evil coming. But when we get there, there was no one, but the sound of someone skating was still there. Then we get even more scared and ran like there was a fucking wolf chasing us. Next time, we were a bit smarter and a bit more dumber. We went in with about 3 more friends, but of course, we had to come in later, around 7:30 p.m. Obviously, since it was already getting dark, there wasn't even a single human except for us. So after a few minutes of walking, the terrible things started appearing and watching us. We were more brave since there were double the more of us, and since it's already past 7 p.m., we felt more safe since we were not gonna massacred. So we went for a long walk, and on our way we got a surprise. There was a man in somewhere about his 70s walking around with a smile. We went to him to ask what he was doing so late, and he responded with, "Oh, nothing much, youngsters. Just taking a late stroll. How about you?" And one of us also responded, "Oh, we were just walking around, but there are some white being following us." And just as he said that, a weird and distorted face just appeared on my vision for a second and disappeared, along with the mystery man. Everyone was confused because the same happened to them. And since we were real pussycats, we started running through the grass, snow, and everything, not paying any attention to the ghosts. We ran as fast as we could, and we ran into a weird phantom tree grave. I said, "Hey guys, take a look at this. I found a phantom grave." The guys ran over here and told me they don't see anything, not even the tree. I tried reading the text, but it was really gibberish with some random Russian letters and normal letters that don't make any sense. Below was a date which was 1993 to 2008. I told the guys that it was gibberish with the date, and one of my friends said he saw a familiar thing around the place. We went home confused. The next visit was really just uneventful, and it was in the early spring. We had made a secret tree base near the water. But when we go to the park, we were really amazed, since I haven't been to the river of the park at early spring once in my life, so I was really surprised. The entire river was flooding. It went about a meter high than normal, and obviously our tree base was flooded also. But the good thing was that there were like 20 people, most fishing, others walking around. So we decided to walk around for an hour or so and chat, and later we all went home.